What's left here on this special broadcast. This is an annual migration. You won't see it anywhere else in the world. It happens every year, July through to October. 2 million animals, over 2 million of them journeying from the Serengeti National Park in Tanzania to the greener pastures of the Masai Mara. The spectacle, of course, attracts a large number of tourists. It is, in fact, the second biggest earner of foreign exchange for Kenya. And in an exclusive interview with CCTV Africa's Beatrice Marshall, Kenya's President Uhuru Kenyatta explains the impact of the Masai Mara National Reserve on the Kenyan economy and the efforts that his government is making to try and expand the tourism market.
Migration is becoming a big tourist event, not just for Kenya, but for international tourists as well. What does this mean to you?
Well, this basically means that people are beginning to appreciate the beauty that Kenya is, yeah? As the cradle of mankind. I think the exposure that is coming slowly as a result of our attempts to diversify our markets and to introduce Kenya to new markets like China, for example, are beginning to bear fruit, and this is something that is very exciting for us.
What's been the impact of a reserve like the Mara for Kenya's economy?
It's actually very important because, as you know, tourism is one of our biggest foreign exchange earners, and this is why we've really been trying to focus to develop the tourism sector. Not just the wildlife sector and the beach, which is what is traditionally known or understood, but also our cultural tourism and our heritage sites. We've got a place like Kubifora up in Marsabit in the northern part of Kenya, which is renowned as the cradle of mankind, where first man was found. These are areas that we are now trying to develop and to see how we can attract tourists to some of these areas to learn both our culture and as well as our archaeological history, which is mankind's history as well.
You talk about trying to find new markets for Kenya's tourism. I mean, can you expound more about those markets and what efforts, what measures Kenya is taking to ensure that comes to fruition?
Well, traditionally, you know, our main market was largely Western Europe and the United States of America. And while we continue to try and encourage more growth and development in those markets, we also recognize that with new growing economies like China, India, Brazil, South Africa, right here on the continent, these are markets with huge potential who would ordinarily look towards Paris and other such destinations. We're trying to encourage them to see a different part of history, a different environment, yeah? An environment that maybe they previously were not very familiar with. But as we're seeing over time, the more visitors we get, the more they begin to appreciate what Kenya has. We're also trying to expand tourism within the region and also working with our partners in Uganda, in Rwanda, in Tanzania to joint sell our destination as a destination that really packs so much, you know, into one area. It's incredible when you imagine that we have, you know, snow-capped mountains, you know, savanna, desert landscapes, but also looking at Kenya as well. You know, we've got our beach. We've also got huge potential to develop convention kind of tourism, where we can try and hold conferences and international conventions here in Kenya as well. So these are all areas that we're hoping to expand on going forward.